after taking, well, my camera taking a bit of a dip. Hopefully the sound quality is back to normal. Not sure why the stream wanted to end. Maybe something to do with the water going into the phone going into the water. Hopefully people find this stream. Anyway, let's continue. I was going into the water cycle, the hydrological cycle. Salted Cedar, good to see you back here. Don't know why that stream ended. I definitely didn't click get out of. Brad Forster, no, not first, sorry. Salted Shepherd just pipped ya. Didn't even get to the egg experiment. How annoying. Didn't even get to talk about tides and the density formula that has gravity into it. Hopefully everyone comes back in. We'll let people come back in, and we'll just. Mojo Shop says howdy y'all. Love all around. Yep. We just had a fish jump just then. I was hoping I was going to see some dolphins in this stream. Usually there's a pot of dolphins of about 80 or so. Yeah, Inspector Gadget. Level up. Hi again. Yep, we're back. Hopefully we won't lose the camera this time. It was going to be egg sighting. I was going to do the egg experiment out here on the water. Now I am going to attempt to get a bit closer to shore because I have drifted out a fair bit. No need to call the Coast Guard, Inspector Gadget. Am I allowed out of Australia? No, I'm still in Australia. I'm allowed to do whatever I want. It's just the people that I have to pass to get out of these places. They're the people saying, no, I can't do that. But anyway, let's get a bit closer to shore and then we might do the egg experiment, eh? Let's do some science. You know that thing that empirically proves things? That thing that gravity does not have. No, Sleeping Warrior, I haven't been munched by a little fish. No need to call the Coast Guard. It was a bloody good stream. It was going quite well. Until somebody decided to knock the camera into the water. And then I pressed something and it went out of it. Yeah, some nasty fishes here in Australia. Yeah, it's beautiful out here on the water. It's actually got even calmer. Usually when the sun comes up, it kicks up a bit of wind, kicks up a bit of swell. But it's actually pretty glassy right here. I thought there was going to be a fair bit of movement in the camera. What camera am I using? Just my phone. Just the Samsung S10. Luckily, it's waterproof. Or water resistant at the very least. We'll see how it goes with a bit of salt in it. What's the temperature? It's at least probably about 20 degrees Celsius. As we're talking about that Celsius value coming from water. That's why I did call the stream, the original stream, Waterworld. Because everything in this world needs water. Water is a magnificent thing. Yeah, someone says, Deaskin's watch says, you can see the curve in the water. No, they're just some waves up ahead. Just a misconception. Would anyone ever come to the conclusion that they can see curvature unless they were told that there's curvature able to be seen? Sorry, bikes and watches. There's some black cockatoos over there by the shore as well. Some beautiful black cockatoos. Sleeping Warrior says, the egg test is a simple but lethal bit of real world science. Yes, it's something that anyone can do with very minimal knowledge of what they have to be doing. Doesn't take a quote unquote scientist to be doing an experiment. If you observe a natural phenomenon, whoop, got it this time. Got it this time. No phone in the water today. If you observe a natural phenomenon, something that's happening in nature, something like an egg falling into water, you observe the egg in fresh water, it's just going to sink. If you observe the egg going into something like salt water, maybe it might suspend, maybe it might float back up. But what is the cause to that egg movement? And that is what Anthony Riley's egg experiment is all about. Finding the cause. The observed phenomenon of things moving. Why do things move? Well, it's all relative. It's all to do with the medium that it's in. Now, I've brought along with me today a bit of a science kit. We've got what looks like a broken glass now, unfortunately. That's fantastic. We've got well, this stream didn't go as I expected. We've got a broken glass here. Hopefully it can hold enough water that I can do this experiment in. And hopefully I don't drop the egg, because if the egg goes in this water, I dare say it might sink. Might have some movement. So I'll get my salt out. Hopefully the salt doesn't drop in either. Let's set up this experiment. Experiment on the water. Would have been good to do it in the actual live stream. But you guys are part of an exclusive stream now. You guys are part of the experiment stream. So obviously we've got an egg. What's going to happen when that egg goes in the water? Let's see. Big thumb. Alright, let's get down and do this, eh? Let's sit down. Let's get nice and stable. A shark will eat it. It's going to eat my feet before it eats the egg. Alright, so what's going to happen when the egg goes into something like water? And this is salt water here. This is different to fresh water. I'll just show you. We'll get a bit of salt water. Put it down there. Get the egg. What's the egg going to do? Looks like it's sinking. So what's going to happen? What is the cause to that egg moving? What is the cause to the egg not wanting to rise? Well, I'm asserting the cause is the density of the medium. So the density of the medium, of this water, being salt water here, what's going to happen when I manipulate the medium? So Sleeping Warrior says the pressure is the force in play here. Observe natural phenomenon, something moving. In this instance, the egg. The egg moved. What is the cause to the egg moving? The density of the medium that it's in. So what happens when I manipulate the medium? Hopefully I bring enough salt to be doing this egg experiment. Let's see. We're manipulating the medium here. It's already salty water, so I'm hoping that it won't take too much salt, too much manipulation for this egg to move. Trying to cause a movement here. This is the experiment stage. Hypothesis has already been validated. A viable hypothesis has been formed. I'm trying to validate the hypothesis. Obviously the null is if I manipulate the medium and the egg doesn't move. That would be validating the null. If I manipulate the medium and the egg does move, confirming the alternative. And what has the egg just done? Without me touching it physically, the egg has just moved. We have movement. As we saw at the beginning, before the salt was poured into this glass of water. The egg was on the bottom. I manipulated the independent variable of the density of the water, and now the egg moved. I induced the cause. I caused the effect. That is science. Anthony, if you want to go into a bit of theory behind it, I'd much appreciate it, but that is the premise to relative density disequilibrium. That has now been proven scientifically. Out here at sea, yes, there is a bit of land in sight, but not for at least half a kilometre, probably a bit more now. Bit of science at sea, bit of science in the bay. Good fun. I wonder if I've got enough salt to do this again. Maybe I might cut my finger and get some get some blood in the water. Alright, so let's see. We'll do this again. Rigorous testing. We've already confirmed the cause of the effect. But let's just do it again. Egg. In a medium. Manipulating the medium to produce the effect of movement of the egg. Manipulating the density. And what do we see? Movement. The egg wants to rise. Is this a downward bias? Is there any gravity at work here? No. It's purely relative density. The egg is now sitting on top of the water. Not a buoyant force, no. It's all relative. That's why my boat here, my paddleboard here, that's why my paddleboard isn't sinking. It's density relative to the water around it. That's all it is. Relative density. That's what we've just demonstrated. That's what we've just proven with the egg experiment. Twice here. Rigorous testing. Anyone can do this at home. Get an egg, get a glass of water. Produce the effect of the egg moving. Manipulate the medium with the salt. Just iodized table salt. That's all I had here. Not very much either, I might add. If you go down to the water like I did with already salt water, obviously you need a bit more salt if you're in fresh water. Yeah, warm water helps as well. Better dissolve rate. Definitely use the egg raw if you're trying to replicate this. So, on the other side of this argument is gravity and a downward bias. Do these things have scientific proof, scientific validity? Like the egg experiment here. We have just scientifically proven the cause to the effect. The effect being something moving. The cause being the medium that it's in. It is all relative. Relative density disequilibrium. If something is in disequilibrium, it's going to seek equilibrium. It is as simple as that. When I manipulate the medium, the egg goes into a state of disequilibrium. That's why we see movement. That's why we see the egg move. By me, the researcher, the scientist, manipulating the medium that the egg's in. That's science. Proven the cause of the effect. Now what's going to happen when we just put the egg, if it was an egg that just plopped out of a chicken, what's going to happen? Roll into the water, and down it goes, never to be seen again. Bye bye egg. Now if the water was more salty, it's amazing you can still see that egg actually. It's very clear water here. If the water was more salty, that egg would rise back up. It is all due to the medium. Is there a downward bias because the egg went down? No. Like I just said, if the egg was in a different medium, a more dense medium, would the egg still go down? No. It's all relative density. So the relative density of the egg versus the relative density of the medium. It's relative because we're comparing two. It's as simple as that. And we've just scientifically proven relative density disequilibrium. Can anyone scientifically prove gravity? Can anyone put that through the scientific method? Can anyone scientifically prove a downward bias? Something like electrostatic, incoherent. What's that other one that the other side of this argument spruiks? The incoherent dielectric effect? Sorry, incoherent dielectric acceleration. Can anyone scientifically prove that to be valid? An experiment with, yeah, electrostatic charge. An actual charge, an actual change the direction bias. It has been proven scientifically. Check. Good times for all. Okay. Sleeping Warrior, do you want to address the claim that an electrostatic charge has actually changed the direction bias as proved by good times for all? Sleeping Warrior, do you want to address that as I attempt to paddle back towards the shore? Dave Christensen says, he lives in North America. Why haven't I fallen up off my paddleboard? Why haven't you fallen down and come out this side? Because obviously on a globe, if you fall down, you've got every chance of falling back up when you come out the other side. Yes, this is ludicrous, isn't it? Sleeping Warrior said he disproved that he caused a current, a charge, but it didn't do anything. Yes, there was. Go to Sleeping Warrior channel. His most recent video was of him inducing a charge into this experiment, and it did not cause anything except for electrolysis. It did not cause a movement. That's what we need to see. We need to prove that incoherent dielectric acceleration actually does something, actually moves something, because that's what the experiment has proven. It has proven that things move because of the medium that they're in. Yeah, that's why we see movement. That's why we see things fall down. That's why we see things going up. That's why we see things suspended. Because of the density, the relative density of the object compared to the medium. That has been scientifically proven. So if there is another claim to why we see these things, it has to be scientifically proven through the empirical method, the scientific method. Step 1, observe a natural phenomenon. Yeah? Something naturally occurring, something that's not man-made. If it's man-made, if it's synthetic, if it's supernatural, there is no scientific inquiry needed. It has to be a naturally occurring phenomenon. Something that we see in nature, something that we see happening. And so the hypothesis stage for incoherent dielectric acceleration or gravity, the cause to the phenomenon observed, the natural phenomenon observed. And the cause, the independent variable, has to be something that exists. It has to be something that the researcher, the person doing the experiment, can manipulate. And it has to exist before the experiment. Yeah, that water is damn level. There's Sleeping Warrior has posted, go to that link after this stream. just copy it for after the stream. The Sleeping Warrior said, that's the link disproving incoherent dielectric acceleration claims. Mojo Shop says, Sleeping Warrior thinks Earth's electrical system can be manipulated with a car battery. Well, that's the thing. Sleeping Warrior has gone out to try and do something with electricity with the egg test. Something that the other side of this argument refuses to do. He's just trying to give them a little prod in the right direction. Because he's provided scientific proof of relative density disequilibrium. So if there's an assertion that something like incoherent dielectric acceleration exists, you need to be putting it through the scientific method. And Anthony Riley, by putting that car battery, yeah, it might be a bit of tongue-in-cheek, but that's as close as anyone has gotten to even doing an experiment to try and prove that incoherent dielectric acceleration is actually existing. So until other people come along and actually do this in real life, they don't just assert that there is an incoherent dielectric acceleration. It needs to be proven. Until that happens, if you're claiming that science, obviously it's pseudoscience, if you're claiming it happens, obviously it's just a story. Something that hasn't been substantiated. Level Up said scientific method also needs to be applied to the ether. So, is the ether a claim of science? I don't know. I'm not getting into that, but yeah, if you're claiming something is science, yes, it has to be put through the scientific method. It's as simple as that. Sleeping Warrior has achieved that. If anyone else wants to dispute it, you can do the experiment like I've just done. I've just done it live. No, I don't have my damn boat license, Inspector Gadget. Don't need a boat license for a paddleboard. If someone wants to disprove the egg experiment, just do it for yourself. If someone wants to scientifically prove gravity, that's the standard we need to hold to. That's how we can easily disprove gravity. And Sleeping Warrior says he proved it had no significant magnitude, provided that it does not pervade as claimed. It does not cause a little kick. Track Life says relative density has been usurped by specific gravity. So if you look up specific gravity, it's saying things about relative density. It's just got a little word of gravity in there. I'm sure that's not the Glober's claim that specific gravity is what, 9.8 meters per second, or the bending of space-time. They're just words, specific gravity. What do they mean? It all has to do with relative density. Look it up. Don't know if it's been usurped. I'm pretty sure that specific gravity was around before relative density. Actually, got a bit of information on specific gravity. Let's see. Possibly not. No, I thought I did write a bit something down about specific gravity. Oh yeah, specific gravity is equal to the density of a substance or an object. So the density of an object divided by the density of water. So it all has to do with relative density again. That's what specific gravity is. The density of an object divided by the density of water. So specific gravity is the relationship between density of an object and the contact substance. So relative density. It is all to do with the density of the object and the density of the medium. That's all specific gravity is. Pretty much one and the same. Level up says specific gravity or relative gravity is dimensionless quantity that is defined as a ratio of the density of the substance to the density of the water at a specific temperature. Thank you. Pretty much what I just said, but it defined it a little bit better. Thank you, Level Up. Yeah, Dave Christensen says specific gravity has been around forever. We use it to test the antifreeze in our cars. When we get to the edge of the water, are we going to fall off the edge? Edge of the water? I'm more worried about getting this board in with the waves. I don't think this board's meant for waves. But anyway. It was good fun today. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Thanks for sticking around for the second part of this live stream after the camera got rudely booted into the water. Sleeping Warrior says specific gravity is limited to water only. Yes, there are other mediums available. So relative density covers all that. Why do we see gas not going down? Because the density of the gas is less than the density of the air it's in. But gas does not hold those qualities of a liquid or a solid. No, I didn't bust my mic, fortunately, Inspector Gadget. Yeah, it's a beautiful view. It's been a lovely stream. I'm probably quite sunburnt. I didn't expect it to be this sunny. It's been very cloudy of late. We've had a lot of rain. I think a lot of rain's coming next week too, unfortunately. So I'm trying to get out, trying to get to the beaches, trying to do some nice... Oh, I think we might end the stream here because as I go back to shore, yeah, I'll try and show some kangaroos in future streams. I did have a kangaroo before I started the stream yesterday at Greenfields, but it got a bit spooked and hopped away. But I'm going to end the stream here because as I get close to shore, the satellites aren't picking up the reception as good anymore. Yeah, one man and his detector says air bubbles rise naturally in water. If you was inside the bubble, you would experience the rise as gravity. Yeah. Yeah, Dave Christensen says, people are always asking him if he's going to fall off the edge of the flat earth. Because that's what they claim, that they have an edge for ships to go over. Absolutely debunked by the Black Swan. Disproved by the very maths that gives their globe physical qualities. We do not have a physical barrier. A physical geometric edge for ships to go over. No, that is the edge of their globe. The things drop off the edge of your globe. No, there is no globe. There is no curvature. The tower is behind the trees. Yeah, probably. Hey, I didn't say anything about a tower. I said satellites. Why are the satellites being blocked by trees? All right, guys. If you feel the world turns on you, turn to Flat Earth School. It is around us 24/7 since the beginning of existence. I'll just do a quick 360 here, hopefully without knocking the camera off. There's that beautiful sun. Best entropy generator known to this world. Out here on my paddleboard, doing a bit of science, talking all things water. I appreciate everyone being here today. I'm tuning into the take 2 of this stream on my paddleboard here. Not too much wildlife out there today. Hopefully I'll see some next time. I was hoping to see some dolphins, but until next time, get out and experience your Flat Earth School. It is the best teacher anyone could ever hope for. Until next time. enjoy. See you guys.